Hey everybody, it's Christina Louise and welcome to your best year yet. I'm super excited about this interview today. Steve Hooks is an expert in metaphysics and philosophy, and he runs an incredible business where he blends metaphysics and philosophy in with spiritual tours around the world. And today we're going to talk about DMT, the God molecule. I'm sure by now you've heard of it, but Steve is actually going to share with us an amazing, simple practice to pump more DMT into our systems on a daily basis. And I am super psyched about that. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Christina Louise. It is so great to be with you here. Thank
Yes,
you.
you're
Thanks for the
welcome.
opportunity.
Yeah, you're super welcome. I am super psyched to talk about DMT. So, for those of us who may or may not be so familiar with DMT, why don't you give us your take on what it is?
DMT is an acronym for dimethyltryptamine, which is a psychotropic that our body produces, and it produces a blend of serotonin and melatonin. So if you know a little bit about what those substances are, you know what they do in your body, and it gives you this feeling of awe and awareness and peak experience that's like being blessed. So having that access to that and being able to turn that on and flood your body with it is just a nice way of blessing yourself as often as you want throughout the day, especially if you find yourself in a situation that doesn't feel so good and you want to shift it. This gives you a tool in your toolbox to do that.
Yeah. So, you're saying DMT is not just a drug that people are selling it on the streets. It's something that is pumping through my bloodstream right now, or is it what, how does that
That's
work
right. Our
exactly?
body produces it. It's produced by the pineal gland, and we have access to it through our breath, and especially through different breath rhythms that get us into the different brainwave cycles.
Okay. So I heard that DMT only goes into the bloodstream during the death experience and during REM sleep. Did I get that right?
It used to be thought that was it,
Hmm.
but current research has shown that we have access to it through meditation and through breath. And oftentimes the two can be combined, like in Kriya Yoga, for example.
I've never heard of this yoga you speak of.
And I was introduced to it years ago through one of my early teachers, who we affectionately call Panditji, but people who know the Art of Living Foundation know Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and his work. And he didn't create Kriya Yoga, he just rediscovered it. It's actually centuries old, and it's used in lots of different ways now, but it is a breathwork practice. And some of the things that he has done with this and showing the kind of things that you can change and alter in your life is astounding.
Now, is that with the yoga or with the DMT or what?
Well, that just opened me to breath work. He didn't speak so much about DMT. I learned Kriya Yoga and breath work through meditation and the effect it had on my body with his teaching 15 or 20 years ago. But fast forward to maybe 4 years ago when I was in touch with a teacher in Fort Lauderdale. Her name is Dr. Jessie Keener. She introduced me to sacred G breath, DMT, and a whole series of breath practices that can put us into different brain states, but also all of them connect us with our ability to secrete DMT, which
Hmm.
is the beauty of them.
Hmm. And so, what does serotonin and melatonin have to do with DMT?
They're aspects of DMT. They're particles that, two of the substances that are found in DMT.
Oh, I see. Okay. And this is the
Right.
same. DMT is the chemical that is referred to as the God molecule.
It is
Why do you
because of
think, yeah,
Because of the awesome feeling that it creates in our body when it's secreted, because it does bring our awareness and our senses to this place of feeling blessed. And that's the closest wording that I can come to explain the feeling that I have when I have been successful in having a DMT break.
So let's do that now. Let's try this out. How does this breath practice work exactly?
The simplest one is called Sacred G, and it is an 8-count breath, and it's going to be done with full breaths in and full breaths out. And I'll walk you through it. I'll demonstrate first, and then we'll do it together. So we begin by breathing out completely, and this is belly breathing, not just from a shallow chest breath. So when I'm talking about belly breathing, I'm talking about using our diaphragm, but also using our tummy in a way that makes us look like Pugsley. And we have to be okay with that. So as long as you don't mind having a big belly for a minute while we're breathing with this, just relax into it and we'll be fine.
Okay.
So we start by emptying our lungs completely, or breathing out through our mouth and breathing in fully to a count of 8. So, and then out through the mouth fully. In through the mouth. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Now we're going to do that cycle. That was an 8-count cycle.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do that 3 times. And the emphasis is not to put so much emphasis on the in-breath, because we're going to create a vacuum by the emphasis on the out-breath. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay, so if you will just breathe out with me right now, naturally, fully. You have to breathe in. Just opening and breathing, rather than pulling the breath in, just letting your lungs naturally fill themselves is the action that you want. But then when you're breathing out, you use your diaphragm to expel the breath. And that's where the energy and the emphasis goes.
I see. So you're saying use your power to squeeze the breath out of your belly and up through the rest of your body. But
That's
then
right.
if you do that fully, if you use a lot of conscious will and energy to push it out, it will naturally expand and fill back up.
That's right.
And so we're
That's
just
right.
going to allow ourselves to be filled and push it out.
That's right.
So it's pushing out and allowing in, pushing out and allowing in.
Exactly.
Got it.
Perfect. So let's do it together.
Okay, so
And
everybody
I'll
remember
talk us
we're
through.
doing belly breathing. Gotta let those bellies hang out. Nobody's looking.
That's right.
It's just us in the room. Nobody's looking.
That's right.
Let it hang out.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to breathe out fully.
Okay.
Through the mouth. Breathe in through the mouth fully. And out through the mouth fully. And I can see your shoulders rising and
Is that
and
good?
falling. And that's beautiful. That's
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
You're doing a great job.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, great. Okay, so I'm got us off track.
No,
so
that's
start
totally
again.
fine. We'll just start over, but it's because it's good for everybody who's watching too. Okay, good.
Okay. All right. So starting again, we're going to exhale fully.
Yeah.
Through the mouth. In through the mouth. Out fully through the mouth. In through the mouth fully. Out through the nose fully. In through the nose fully. Out through the nose fully. In through the nose fully. And out through the nose, mouth fully. So. Starting again, in through the mouth fully. Out through the mouth fully. In through the mouth fully. Out through the nose fully. In through the nose fully. Out through the nose fully.
I'm already starting to feel really good. Hang on. Okay, what am I doing?
In through the nose fully. And out through the mouth fully. Third cycle, in through the mouth fully. Out through the mouth fully. In through the mouth fully. Out through the nose fully. In through the nose fully. Out through the nose fully. And in through the nose fully. Finally, out through the nose fully. And then in through the mouth. And out through the mouth. Just close your eyes and sit with that feeling. If you're anything like me, my head is a little bit spinning and light.
Everything feels like it's vibrating more.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because of the energy that we've created.
I want to do it again.
I'm still floating.
We sound like nerds.
We look like nerds.
I don't care.
You look like a pretty nerd, though.
Oh,
I just
thank
look like a nerd.
I am lightheaded.
And if you close your eyes and just float with it for a little bit, if you had any thoughts beforehand, if you're anything like me, they're gone, and I'm just floating with this feeling. So oftentimes, when I find myself in a challenging, stressful, frustrating situation, and I'm aware enough to know that I want something else, I'll start doing this breath so that I can shift my experience, no matter where I started, into something that is lighter and freer and just a gift to myself.
So let's go over the steps again so we can all write this down.
Okay. All right. So you start by emptying your breath fully through the mouth. You breathe in through the mouth fully. You breathe out through the mouth fully. Breathe in through the mouth fully. Out through the nose fully. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. That's one cycle. And that's 8 counts.
Gotcha. So I wrote it down, and so what I'm seeing is it starts on the out, and it ends on the out.
That's right.
So it's out, in through the mouth, and then out, in through the nose, and then out through the mouth.
It's actually, we start, we do in through the nose, I'm sorry, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. In through the mouth,
Yeah.
Out through the nose,
Yeah.
In through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose and out through the mouth.
Yeah.
So the out is just getting us started.
Mm-hmm.
So we start on an in. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 counts after we're empty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's out in, mouth. Out in, nose. And then you start again out through the mouth. But I thought that final out through the mouth was included in the first cycle. But it makes sense that you would move into the second cycle. Got it. See.
And then we finish the 3 cycles with an in and out at a peaceful half breath. We're not putting a lot of emphasis on filling our lungs fully. We're just in a peaceful breath cycle and filling our breath, or filling our lungs just halfway as the final to the 3 cycle process.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it again.
All right. Okay. All right. So we are emptying our lungs fully.
Oh.
Start in with the mouth.
Wait, mouth.
Out with the mouth. In through the mouth. Out through the nose. In through the nose. Out through the nose. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. New cycle, in through the nose. I said nose and I meant mouth.
And that's okay because I feel lightheaded already. And let this just be an example to everybody watching that you really can't get this wrong. Don't beat up on yourself. You're supposed to be having fun. We're just playing. Life is not that serious. Please calm down. We're having fun. Have fun.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what we're here for, man.
Yes.
Unless you live in a convent, which you probably don't have Wi-Fi. All right, so.
Or nice kitchens behind us.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we'll start again.
Okay.
Fully exhaling through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Second cycle, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. And this cycle 2, beginning cycle 3, in through the mouth, out through the mouth, in through the mouth, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. I got the giggles. In through the nose, out through the mouth, and half breath in, half breath out. Just close your eyes and go with the feeling. How was that?
Funner. I could really feel it, and if I talk, it kind of interrupts. So I'm just going to be quiet.
It does. It does. Just floating with it is so nice. My whole body is vibrating.
Mm-hmm. Man, I had no idea that the breath could be that much fun. It feels like I'm in a whole
Nice.
different room.
Yeah, doesn't it?
You guys can pause me if you don't want me to talk and interrupt your stuff. Just pause me. But I want to share my experience. Like, I really feel like I'm in a different room. I'm totally not thinking about anything else than this moment now. When I was breathing in and out, I was like, whoa, this is really cool. I want more of this. I don't want to stop at 3 rounds. Like, I wasn't thinking that then. I was just thinking, like, kind of caught up in the exhilaration of it. And now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, I wonder what would happen if I would have went 9 rounds or 10 rounds. Or, I've used breath work in yoga for years, Steve, but it was never like this cool. Not knocking yoga, I still do it almost every day, almost. And but it was, I just never engaged in it this like fervently is the word I want to use, even though I haven't looked that up in a long time and I'm not sure I'm using it right. But that's
I think
okay.
it comes with molecule from that same place. Those funny words. This process can be used in so many different ways, and one of them is activating. And that's a term that has so many different connotations, but the way I'm using it is to connect with a past pleasant, successful, exhilarating feeling and breathe into it. So you're energizing it and giving it extra light and energy in your consciousness. And you can do that when you're wanting to use a version of neuro-linguistic programming to shift the energy around a memory. And that's what activation is likened to. So it's using the breath to move the energy that's kind of stuck with the memory in our body. And so it can be used in activation in that same way. It's really quite powerful, but it's really nice.
Can I use it for something I'm not okay? So like if I'm experiencing, let's say I'm experiencing some stress about money in my world. Can I use it even though I don't know that that's connected to a past memory? Can I like use the breath work to just say I want to shift my relationship with money in general? Can I do that? Have you tried
Absolutely,
that?
you can. You can use an affirmation about money,
Mm-hmm.
about your wealth, your success in creative self-expression, your bank account, whatever it might be, success in your business, and then breathe into it.
I like money comes easily and frequently. I like that. But you guys got to find what feels good to you. So find something that makes your heart sing. Because saying I want to be rich doesn't mean the same thing to everybody. Sometimes some people don't, they have a problem with that word. So come up with your own intention that feels good to you and then use this cycle to just pump this DMT. That's what we're doing. We're putting DMT into our system.
Mm-hmm.
And serotonin is good, right? Like that. I like to explain serotonin to people by explaining it to them like this. When you hear your favorite song on the radio and you get that rush of energy, when you see your love or somebody that you love and you haven't seen them in a long time and you get that flood of like good feeling running through your body, that is serotonin, which is a chemical that's stored up in pods all over your body. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's getting flushed into your system at that moment.
Brilliant.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're getting some of that, right? I don't know a whole lot about melatonin, but I know people eat that. I know people buy that at the health food store and they eat it. I don't know what it's for.
It's more of a peaceful kind of molecule.
Mm.
That's something that you take um, to even yourself out, to bring yourself to a relaxed state.
Mm. I think people use it for sleeping, right?
They do, yes.
And these are all chemicals that are in our body. God, nature, the universe, put them there. We're not selling anything illegal here. We're saying DMT, serotonin, melatonin, it's in your body. And you can use this breath work to pump it out into your blood system consciously to help you elevate your vibration around the different areas of your life, right? Money, love, success, health.
Absolutely. The places that you feel stuck and the places that you want to create something new in, either way, it works beautifully.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. All right. Well, I'm excited that you guys all have this tool in your tool belt, and Steve wants to help you get a few more. So why don't you tell everybody about what happens when they click the link below the screen?
You're going to have an opportunity to connect with me and receive a diagram of a breath process that is much like what we just did. It's called the one breath. The sacred G breath that we just did focuses on the gamma wavelength, brain wavelength. The one breath hits all of the brain waves, so it ties in a full cycle that you would get through a deep sleep in a couple of minutes of breath. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to connect with me so that I can teach you this and give you the diagram so that you can practice on your own.
That's flipping awesome. I want mine. I want
Perfect.
mine. Okay, so guys, everybody click the link below the video and book your complimentary breathwork session with Steve. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you. Look
You're
forward to
welcome.
that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for everybody watching. I want to hear about your, did you think this was crazy? Did you get something out of the breath work? We want to hear from you no matter how you're feeling. So definitely reach out to Steve, reach out to me. We definitely want to hear from you. All right, Steve, thank you so much for sharing your love and light today with us. Is there anything else you want to say?
Christine and Louise, it was a pleasure. I'm sorry to talk over you.
No, that's totally fine.
So excited because I got this opportunity to share with people, but just to play with you. This has been a delight, and I thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with everyone who wants to learn more about this process, and I look forward to supporting you in your own growth and process.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, really. And I appreciate you guys all watching today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.